Most respected Swamijis, faculty members, and my dear young brothers and sisters, it gives me immense pleasure to be here with you, even though it is something like 6:30 p.m. Everyone has got a smiling face. That's really something great. I apologize in one sentence. I tried to reach here sharp 5:25. Because of the fast development of India, we could not reach here in time. Second thing, minor correction, 28 years I was not spending on Indian heritage and science. Purely 28 years I was spending in biochemistry in India, University of Alberta, Canada, University of Illinois, US. And for the last 45 years, I was going through the Indian heritage rationally, logically, and scientifically, systematically, and custematically. There is no English word like custematic. But all this gave me a little bit knowledge, 180 degree in front, 180 degree behind. I was specifically told that I should not use more than 29 minutes, 60 seconds. So I will be stopping my speech within that time. 2 minutes over. Coming to the point. If you want to learn about Indian heritage, specifically 4 areas are there. First subject, Indian customs and rituals. Second, Indian spirituality. Third, Indian literature. And fourth, Indian scientific and technological knowledge. Customs and rituals, acharas. Divide the acharas into 3. Sadachara, Durachara, Anachara. Sadachara, which gives you positive result. Anachara, which are irrelevant in the 21st century. Durachara, which gives negative results. So, any achara, if you are following, for Hindus, the speciality is that Swagrame Purnamacharam, Anyagrame Tadardhagam, Pattane Tatpadam, Yatre Balad Acharateta. Since you are Hindus and Indians and born in India and brought up in India, you might not have heard Sanskrit. So, Swagrame Purnamacharam. All the customs and rituals that you are expected to follow, follow it only if and only if you are in your own village. If you are shifting to some other village, Tadardhagam. If you are in a city, Pattanetu Tatpadam, 1 quarter. If you are on tour, Yatre Balad Acharatet. Don't follow any achara. When I was coming from California last July, I found that one fellow has booked 2 seats in the flight. I was not knowing why 2 seats. He happened to be a Jew. He wanted to pray 20 hours, for which 2 seats are needed. 1 leg in this seat, another leg in this seat. 2 seats for him. I got shocked. I was sitting nearby that. So what we say, if you are on tour, end tour, no acharas needed. So, Swagrame Purnamacharam, Anyagrame Tadardhagam, Pattanetu Tatpadam, Yatre Balad Acharatet. Suppose some of the rituals and customs your forefathers followed, blindly don't follow that. Tatasya Kupoyamiti Bruvana Ka Purusha Charajalam Pibadi. Seeing that my father, I respect him, I love him, he has dug this well. But this well has got salt water now. For showing respect towards him, I need not drink salt water from this well. Ayam Kupaha Tatasya iti Bruvana. Ayam Kupaha, this well. Tatasya iti Bruvana. Telling that this well belongs to my father. Kaburishaha, which person? Charajalam pibati, drinks salt water. You need not do that one. So, always follow acharya rationally, logically and scientifically. Sadacharam, duracharam, anacharam. Follow acharya completely if you are in your own village. If you are shifting to next village, half of that one. If you are in a city, 1/4 of that one. If you are traveling, don't worry like a boy or a girl. Be free like a bird and go ahead with that one. But remember that if you have got any doubt about your acharya, Achinoti shastrarthan shishyan sadayate sudhi swayam ajarati chaiva saha acharya iti smrita. Ask the question to an acharya, and that acharya is not the person who has got basmakuri up to this much, and that acharya need not have to have 2-inch diameter saffron here, need not have to have rudraksham, but an acharya. Achinoti cha shastrarthan, who knows pretty well the scientific meaning of what is being followed. Shastrarthan, those who know the scientific meaning of what you are following as customs and rituals. Achinoti cha shastrarthan shishyan sadayate sudhi, who can teach the students very simple way and nice way with the minimum words, maximum message, so that the student is in a position to understand that. Achinoti cha shastrarthan shishyan sadayate sudhi swayam acharati chaiva. That person who is giving you advice, he should be in a position to practice it in his life. Saha acharya iti smrita. That person is known as acharya. Whatever that acharya, 25%. Acharyat padamadatte padam shishya swamedaya. Next 65% you have to follow yourself. Padam sa brahmacharibhya, by discussing with others. The third 25%, shesham kalakramena cha. The last 25% during the process of living by deletion, modification and correction. That should be the basis of acharya. Why do we perform acharya? Not for going directly to heaven. Standing here, if you look the other direction, you will know that none of you are going to go to heaven. The reason is, in the heaven we have got only 554 seats. It is meant for Delhi people. So, don't worry about going to heaven. Our ultimate aim is making heaven in this year. So, acharyas are performed for elevating the mind, elevating the body, elevating the family relation, elevating the social bondage, and elevating the national integration. These are the 5. So, acharya labadeshyayu, acharya dhanamakshayam, acharya labade supraja, acharyo andya lakshanam. If I am overloading you with the Sanskrit shloka, some people may be opting for going out. I will not be overloading with the more Sanskrit. I wanted to tell these Sanskrit shloka. When I explain all these things, you should not think that these are all Gopala Krishnan's and interpretation and other things. No, these are all what is given here. It is none of the word I have made of my own. It is available from here. Unfortunately, we are ignorant. Yesterday I was telling. Unfortunately, we are ignorant. And unfortunately, we are ignorant that we are ignorant. That is the problem. So, always remember that acharya devadekyayu, for ayur arogya saukyam, we are following acharya. Acharya dhanamakshayam, by following acharya, we will become prosperous. Acharya labate supraja, for acharyas are performed for building social bondage and family relation. Acharyo bahanti lakshanam. By following acharya, we should remember that we are developing our own personality, not for going heaven. So remember that if I bless you, putting my right hand on your head, the line, every blessing changes the brain chemistry from negative to positive. That is Professor Eric Berne's words. Eric Berne, transaction analysis, born in Germany, brought up in America, one of the greatest psychiatrists. So, one blessing means that has got an achara, curative chemicals are produced in the brain, that will be normalizing your body. So, blessing is an achara which changes your brain chemistry to positive. When you do Surya Namaskara, 10 yogasanas are there, 186 movable joint in our body gets perfect exercise. So that All India Institute of Medical Science has declared that Surya Namaskara is the king of the exercises. So, Surya Namaskara improves your health. Blushing improves the brain performance and motivation takes place. When you listen to a mantra, neuro-linguistic effect is there. When you listen to a good mantra in such a way that it is not chanted very loudly or very low words. That mantra when you listen, not because of the spirituality, but because of that particular music therapeutical effect, 24 type of hormones are produced in the brain, that will be maintaining the brain waves at 13.8 cycles per second. That will be maintaining your heartbeat at 68 plus or minus. That will be maintaining your blood pressure and also cholesterol level at 80/140 level within that. And purely 5 biochemical changes are taking place in your body when you are sitting somewhere and listening to Veda mantra. If you are going to New Orleans, if you happen to get trapped in a 4 square where red signal of the light is there, definitely some American will come and give you car cassette. Car cassette means Veda mantra CD. Putting in the car, listening to that, then driving, your BP will be normal. Your BP will be normal if you have not taken liquor. So, that mantra has got an effect. The blessing has got an effect. The motivation has got an effect. Appreciation has got an effect. When I am telling you some story, that has got an effect. So, when you are sitting in meditation, doing meditation, a perfect theta level meditation. Now you are sitting at a beta level. You may be knowing that. In between, something like 12.8 cycles per second to 27.3 cycles per second. That is your brain waves now. If you are meditating, not sleeping, meditating, it will be coming down up to 8.3. That is known as alpha level. If you further meditate, it will come down to below 4.3. It is known as theta level. 10 minutes theta level meditation is equal to 10 hours sleeping. 10 minutes theta level meditation is equal to 10 hours sleeping. That much rest the brain cells will be getting. So, acharas can be explained by scientific method. You should not keep your head towards north direction. And if possible, not towards south also. If you are lying down, that way, after 3-4 hours, the magnetic meridian of the earth will be influencing the hemoglobin present in your body, and the hemoglobin gets trapped in the brain capillary. Enough oxygen will not be available. That is why it is told, either sleep keeping your head towards east or west. Whenever you are studying something or meditating something or reading something, try to keep your face towards eastern direction, because the magnetic flux of the brain and the magnetic flux of the earth becomes complementary, and the brain activity can be improved by 17%. 17%. So these are all the acharas we followed in India from time immemorial. We used to tell that never sit on the floor when you are doing meditation or prayer. Why? The biostatic electricity will be automatically getting earthed. To avoid that, a non-conductor is to be kept there. When you are sleeping for 5, 6, 7 hours, and early morning when you are getting at 5:30, you are told to sit in the bed for about 30 seconds. And at that time you are requested to do a prayer. Karagre vasade Lakshmi, Karamadhye Saraswati, Karamule Sthita Gauri, Prabhate Karadarshanam. One of the hardcore leftists in Kerala, he told me that I could understand the scientific meaning of sitting and praying, but I am a leftist, so I don't want to chant Lakshmi, Saraswati, Parvati. It will not go with my culture. Then I told him, get up at 5:30, sit on the bed and chant the mantra, Jaya, 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 Jaya. One new song is there now. In Hindi, Shah Rukh Khan's movie, Jaya, 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 he is singing that in the top of the train. You have not heard? You don't go to movie? Before reading Ramayana, go to some movie. So, it is clearly mentioned, anything you can do. 1997, World Health Organization conducted a survey and they declared that 23% of the heart attack based death is taking place when you are suddenly getting up from the bed, because the horizontal body, when becomes vertical, the jerk taking place for the heart cannot be withstood by the heart. It cannot be withstood. So you sit on the bed, 30 seconds you spend there, by that time your heart will get balanced. No problem. So it's a pure science, not discovered by Gopalakrishnan, informed by World Health Organization. After morning prayer, you are told to touch the floor. Many people used to touch the floor, carpet or something like that. But touching the carpet does not mean anything. If the bedroom is full of carpet, then touch the wall. That is to be touched. Samudra vasane devi parvatastana mandale vishnuvatni namastubhyam padasparsham kshamaswami. The spirituality is there. You are chanting mantra. When you are touching the floor, the biostatic electricity accumulated in your body when you are rolling in the bed, that should not get diffused through your leg. If it is getting diffused through your leg, within 40-45 years, the possibility of getting arthritis is there. That can be prevented if the electricity is passing through your hand. That is why you are touching the floor. So we have got Sadachara, which is good for mind, body, building family relation, building social bondage, and national integration. Sadachara. Anachara, which is not relevant in 21st century. Some of the temples, if you are going, they will be telling that when you have to remove the shirt, then you have to go inside and pray. The moment you remove your shirt, you will become body conscious. Is it not? So going to the temple removing shirt is anachara. Not needed at all. So some of the, I gave only one example, some of the acharas are duracharas, which is not at all relevant. It creates negative mental effect or body effect or family relation based negative effect, something like that. So I told you, if you want to learn about Indian heritage, 4 branches. First, achara. I am stopping it there. You can ask any number of questions later. Second, Indian spirituality. If you have read a book, Fritjof Capra's book, Tao of Physics. He has written many books. Is Berkeley University Theoretical Physics head of the department and also visiting scientist in 17 American University. Fritjof Capra is one of the greatest physicists in US. He has made a quotation, beautiful quotation, where the ultra-modern physics has come to an abrupt end. There starts ancient Indian Upanishadic philosophy. Where the ultra-modern physics has come to an abrupt end, there starts ancient Indian Upanishadic philosophy. Upanishadic philosophy conveys you 4 messages. If you can remember, it is very good. If it is difficult to remember, try not to forget that. So, the first message, Prajnanam Brahma, message of Rigveda. Second message, or chemical, but you can see an elephant. How that elephant picture is kept in your brain. Only one answer, yesterday I told you, second letter of Hindi or Tamil. What is that? How that, if you are seeing a mustard, you can say this is mustard. How the mustard picture is kept in your brain? How the taste of sambar is kept in your brain? You know Atal Bihari Vajpayee? When he starts talking, his second bhava in astrology has got Saturn. So after telling bhai or bahano, then you can go outside and take a tea and come back. Then only he will be telling next slide. So the moment you listen to Atal Bihari Vajpayee, you will be understanding it is Atal Bihari Vajpayee. And you listen to V.S. Achyutanandan, Kerala person, immediately, even though you are closing your eyes, you can say that voice belongs to Achyutanandan. Is it not? And Dr. Manmohan Singh, even if he speaks, you will not be listening because he himself will not be hearing that. So, but you will know it is his voice. It is his voice. So, you know the taste of sambar, you know the taste of avial, chutney, batni, talasheri, kolasheri, pulisheri, everything you know the taste. This taste, how it is kept in the brain? The sight is kept in your brain. The voice is kept in your brain. Chembe Vaidyanatha Bhagavatar's Vata Piganabadim Bhaje is there in your brain. Balamurali Krishna's, that is there in your brain. So many pictures, it is there in your brain. So many taste, so many smell. Suppose you are closing your eyes and somebody is bringing nearby your nose one jasmine flower and asking you, how is the smell of rose flower? What you will say? You will say it is not rose, it is jasmine flower. Even though your eyes are closed, you will say it is jasmine because the smell is kept in your brain. Can anyone in this IIT campus tell how the smell is kept in the brain? How the sight is kept in the brain? And why all 703 crore people in the world have got 32 teeth? Who fixed the number 32? And you know your nose is downward. Suppose it would have been reversed. It is raining outside. You have to cross the road. No umbrella. What will happen? And who has decided that this nose should be downwards? What will be the answer? You cannot say your parents. Your parents have not decided. You have decided. If you are taking a fertilized chicken egg, keep it there at about 41.5 degrees centigrade. 18 days over, that small embryo will get converted into a chickling and it will be coming out. And a duck's egg, a fertilized duck egg, it will be taking about 20 days. That duckling will be coming out. Keep the chicken and keep this duckling nearby water. The duckling will be jumping into water. The chicken will never jump into water. Because that small chicken knows if it jumps, it will not come out. The duckling knows if it jumps, it will not drown. So that knowledge, awareness and consciousness, where the ultra-modern physics has come to an abrupt end, there starts ancient Indian Upanishadic philosophy, two English words, awareness and consciousness. You may be knowing about quantum entanglement. If one of the photon revolving like this and another direction, take one of the photon and put it in Neptune. If the direction of this is changed, the direction of the other will also be changed. Awareness and consciousness is present in living and in non-living being. If you are taking an atom, you know, one electron will be revolving like this 2812 kilometers per second. Another electron will be revolving in the opposite direction. Who has given the direction for the electron? S orbital, then p orbital, d orbital, f orbital, sp3 hybridized orbital in methane, sp2 hybridized orbital in ethylene, sp hybridized orbital in acetylene. Who has decided? Not Jayalalitha and not PWD engineer. Intrinsic, inherent awareness and consciousness is present in every living and non-living being. Every nucleus is spinning at 3.2 million times per second, rotating. And you know nucleus positively charged, filled with positively charged particles. Electrons are negatively charged particles. Everyone knows that the positive charge and negative charge attract each other, that you can see in front of any women's college. So, you know the positive and negative charges attract. Why these electrons not falling in the positively charged? Intrinsic, inherent awareness is there. So for explaining biochemistry, why this 1 square centimeter olfactory system is diagnosing every smell, why this so-called 14 centimeter long tongue is identifying every taste, why these eyes can identify about 49 billion materials. We keep in the memory and our brain 1.25 kilogram. We are using only 1% of that. Luckily, if we would have been using more than that, the whole earth would have been gone to dogs. So 1.25 kilogram of the brain is composed of neurons. If you keep one neuron after the other neuron, then the third neuron, and like that, the total number of neurons length will be equal to 8 times the distance from earth to sun. 8 times the distance from earth to sun. That much neuron is kept in this brain. And we are living happily here. How this body is functioning like this? If you are seeing the Animal Planet channel, you can see the God directly. Every animal knows what to eat and how to walk, how to search. Sometimes I used to say, if a cow is left to a garden, every type of plants and trees and grasses will be there. In Malayalam, we used to say communist pacha. You have heard communist pacha? One tree is known as communist pacha. But this cow will never eat communist pacha. Why it will not eat? Not because it is Congress. It knows that it should not be eaten. That cow has not gone to St. Francis Lower Primary School. It has not gone. Intrinsic, inherent awareness and consciousness is present in everything. So remember, that there ends Indian spirituality. So Indian customs and rituals, Indian spirituality, Indian literature. I always used to say, we have got foundation literature 2000 in Sanskrit, 10,000 commentaries, 1 lakh sub-commentaries, each and every literature. 2,000 foundation literature, 10,000 commentaries, and about 1 lakh sub-commentaries in different Indian languages. All these literature aimed at changing the mind from bad to good, either through messages given in Vedas, or through experiences given in Itihasa, or through stories given in Purana. So we have classified. If our level is hearing the story or listening the story and understanding, read Purana. If your level is understanding the life message by reading the experience of others, read epics, Itihasa. If you can directly take the message, directly go to Veda. You will be getting the message. The Vedas are not meant for Hindus, and Vedas are not meant merely for Brahmins. Veda mantras are written by 210 rishis. None of them belong to Brahmin community. Veda is classified by Veda Vyasa, fisherman family. Our acharyas written by Mahidasa, Aidareya. He was not from Brahmin family. He is from Chandala family. Mahidasa Aidareya has written Aidareya Brahmana, Aidareya Aranyaka, Aidareya Upanishad, Mahaidareya Upanishad. He is born for a prostitute, namely Itara. Aitareya, son of a prostitute. He was not a Brahmin. So our Vedas and Upanishads are not meant for Brahmins. It is meant for everyone. Remember that Lord Krishna was not a Brahmin. You know, he was an OBC. Yadava is OBC. Other backward community. Sri Rama was not Brahmin. He was a Kshatriya. And you take innumerable the points, you will see that one. These are all somebody cooked in between and created for the purpose of confusing Hindus. So anyone in this world can study Veda. As I told you, now in America, any hospital you go, generally they will be playing the Veda mantra. Vasan Eye Clinic, last month onward they started putting Veda mantra in all their hospitals world over. Veda mantra. Thiruvananthapuram RCC, Regional Cancer Center, they are playing Veda mantra for getting neuro-linguistic effect. So, the Veda mantra give you the message, Itihasa gives you the experience, Puranas give you the stories, for changing the mind from bad to good. Asatoma Sadgamaya, Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Some of the Veda mantra, the last mantra in Rigveda, Sangachatvam Samvadadvam Sambho Manam Sijanata Deva Bhagam Yada Purve Sanjanana Upasate Samano Mandra Samiti Samani Samanam Manasah Chittamesham Samanam Mandram Abhimandrayeva Samanena Voha Vishajuhomi Samaniva Akuti Samana Hridayani Vaha Samanamastu Omano Yada Avasu Sahasati. This mantra is known as Aikamatya Sukta, given by UNO to 239 countries in the world. Aikamatya Suktam, the Sukta of unity, the last mantra of Rigveda. That is given to all countries in the world, whether the countries are leftist country, rightist country or middleist country. They are applicable for everybody. So our Vedas written about 8275 plus or minus 75 BC, it is being penetrated to the scholars, the thinkers and the scientists world over. As I told you yesterday, last year July 9th, I was fortunate enough to go to NASA. I found many people are listening Veda mantra there. I was taken by Rahul Dravid's brother, Narayan Dravid, who is the deputy director there. So they are using Veda mantra. American Parliament and 14 provincial government session started with Veda mantra chanting, and many of the American hospitals, they are listening to Veda mantra. So any Christian, any Muslim, any Hindu sitting here or leftist, rightist or middleist sitting here, it is meant for everyone. Don't tell that it belongs to Hindus alone. Take as much as possible and utilize it. Early morning play in your home, you will reach to a different level altogether. And that is Indian literature. I am sure you will be asking questions. Since the time is coming almost to an end, the last part, Indian scientific and technological heritage. So Indian customs and rituals, Indian spirituality, Indian literature, Indian scientific and technological heritage. Yesterday I explained to you Indian scientific and technological heritage. Remember, any astronomical parameter that you would like to know about India, any mathematical heritage you want to know about India, positively Kadabayadi number system, Bhuta Sankhya number system, you are expected to learn, without which you will not understand anything. When I say Sharadri Ramanala Yojanani Kuvayukakshya Paridaha, Sharam means 5, Adri means 7, Rama means 3, Anala means 3, 3, 3, 7, 5. That is the diameter of Earth's environment. It is given. So Sharam, Adri, Rama, Anala, Yojana. These 4 numbers. Vyasat Manasangunitat Pradagaptam. Multiply the diameter with the forest. Vyasat Vanasangunitat. Multiply the diameter with the forest. I am sure the fellow will get a heart attack. How can you multiply diameter with the forest? But Vanam means 4. Vanam means Bhuta Sankhya. Vanam means 4. So you should know Bhuta Sankhya. Vanam means 4. And Adri means 7. 7 mountains are there. Veda means 4. Because 4 Vedas are there. Rama means 3. Balarama, Parashurama, Sri Rama. Aditya, Surya, Bhaskara, Dinagara means 12. Dwadasha, Surya. Ekadasha, Rudra. Rudra, Parvati Vallabha, Shiva means 11. Randra means 9. 9 holes are there in human body. So, Ashtadik. Dik means 8. Swara, Sapta Swara. Swara means 7. So, Bhuta Sankhya is over. You put in the left turn direction. If you do not know Bhuta Sankhya, you will not be in a position to understand what is Legu Bhaskariya, what is Brihaspatkariya, what is Siddhanta Shiromani, Vadeshwara Siddhanta, Lallacharya Shishya Divritti Dandra, Manjula Acharyas, nothing you will be in a position to understand. Why Indian mathematical heritage could not come to the public? Not because of the ignorance of Sanskrit, but because of the ignorance of number system. Not because of ignorance of Sanskrit, but because of the ignorance of Kadavayadi number system, Bhuta Sankhya number system. Unless you know the number system, you will not be knowing what are the contributions made by Indian mathematicians to the world. That much great number systems we have got, that much great number of theorems we have developed. Yesterday I was quoting so many theorems. If I repeat the theorems now, I am sure till now nobody has yawned. You will start yawning. So, I am not quoting that one. But surely if you are asking any question from your side, I will be giving it. And remember, our scientific heritage of Gopuram construction in Kumbakonam, our scientific heritage of cave temples, civil engineering, our scientific heritage of Lothal, 6 lakhs bricks are used for making Lothal industrial estate, 3500 BC. And Delhi iron pillar, still it has not trusted. Dhar iron pillar, Kodumanal sword, muslin sari, and Banaras, the Damascus word is not really Damascus word. It is Banaras word, took by Alexander. I don't want to tell Alexander the Great. I don't think he is great. He came here, invaded us, destroyed us, killed us, destroyed many things, and why we have to tell he is great? Somebody is telling it is his freedom. Anyway, Alexander returned with 32 kilograms of wood steel. That wood steel he used for making Banaras sword in Damascus. That is why it is known as Damascus sword. Extremely carburization technique and other thing adopted in India, available in Technological Heritage of India book. So, four area of Indian heritage: customs and rituals, Indian spirituality, Indian literature, Indian scientific and technological heritage. I am sure 35 minutes might have crossed by now. Even though permission is given for 30 minutes, I would like to express my deepest gratitude. You can ask any question, does not mean that I will be answering all the questions. If I know the answer, I will give you the answer. If I do not know the answer, I will tell you I do not know the answer. Whenever you ask question, it gives me opportunity to learn about that area also. So you are asking any type of question will be a blessing for me to search more and more. With these words, I would like to express my deepest gratitude to each and every one of you, particularly Vivekananda Study Circle, for inviting me, for giving such a lecture yesterday and today also. Thank you very much. My deepest gratitude. Once again, my pranams to you. Thanks a lot.
I would like to thank Dr. N. Gopalakrishnan for giving such a delightful and extraordinary speech. And questions are welcomed. You can write your questions in the paper piece provided by volunteers, and you can pass the paper after writing to the volunteers.
Yeah. Harinarayan is standing outside. He has got my specs. If he is bringing my specs, it will be good. Yeah.
Someone asked this question. The effects which are happening during different acharas are very weak compared to effects of IITian working in a magnetism lab. How sensible is it to explain all acharas using science?
You may not be working for long period in the magnetic field in IIT. After 4 years, you have to go out. But acharas will be continued till your last breath. So the effect of acharas will be more. Acharas are meant for a systematic and custommatic life. Magnetic field is not meant for living a systematic and custommatic life. Magnetic field is for making money for a living a systematic and custommatic life.
Sir, you have mentioned in your speech that it has been proved by putting one's hand over another person's head. The entire biochemistry of the later person's body changes. Has this discovery been published in a peer-reviewed journal?
That's a very good question, important. Professor Eric Berne has published one book, I Am Okay, You Are Okay. This is the name of the book, in which one chapter is fully devoted for blushing blessing. Another chapter is devoted for curse, C-U-R-S-E, Shapam. And this one, Anugraham. The words you are uttering whenever such blessing you are giving, that gives the motivational force and changes the biochemistry of that one. These words used, that every blessing changes the brain chemistry, is not made by me, is given in that book.
Namaste sir, can I know something about Sekunas?
Triguna. Sattva-guna, Rajoguna, Tamoguna. I wanted to use one of the word. Even though it is 6:30 p.m., you are not in Tamoguna. That is what I wanted to say. That Sattva-guna, all sattvic. Sattvic means very positive, very constructive, very simple, and very, I will say, pleasant thing, experience in Sattvic guna. Rajoguna, taking the challenges. Extremely vigorous, thrashing all the hurdles and moving forward. That is Rajoguna. A king is expected to have a Rajoguna. So-called Vedic scholar is expected to have Sattva-guna. The people who are doing lower grade work, they are expected to have Tamoguna. Just like a man who is hanging the culprits or something like victims or something like that, or a criminal. And also those who are doing the work of a butcher, those who are doing the work of a soldier, they are expected to have Tamoguna. In human beings, Sattva-guna is there, Rajoguna is there, Tamoguna is there. It is almost present 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. Indirectly 33% Sattva-guna, 33% Tamoguna, and 33% Rajoguna is present in us. If you are elevating one of these things, naturally you will be going 50% Sattva-guna, other two will be decreased. Then you will become a sannyasi or rishi or a saint or the son of the god or prophet, like that. So you can increase the Sattva-guna, automatically other thing will be decreased.
Sir, it is said that 4 Vedas are not existing in their intact form. How true it is?
4 Vedas are not existing?
Not existing in their own, exact form.
It is existing in the exact form. The only Veda, Atharva Veda, was not existing in the exact form. But if you are going to Madras University Library, you go to the 5th room inside. You can see full of cobwebs. Go inside. There Atharva Veda in the original form is available. But they will not allow you to open that. Because it is composed by Dr. Weber, English professor, 1921. The moment you open it, the pieces of the paper will be going. All the Vedas are intact. No change has been taken place. But many shakhas disappeared. Say for example, Rig Veda has got 27 shakha. Yajur Veda, as I told you yesterday, 108. Samaveda, 1001. Atharva Veda, 52 shakha recensions. Majority of them, they got lost. Because now Rig Veda we have got 4 shakha out of 27. Yajur Veda we have got about 37 shakha out of 108. Samaveda we have got 14 shakha, remaining lost. Atharva Veda we have got only 1 or 2 shakha. Remaining got lost forever.
How to explain positive energy and negative energy to an atheist?
What is that?
How to explain positive energy and negative energy to an atheist?
And positive energy is the one which gives you positive mental, physical and other type of influence in your body. That's the only definition. Any other definition given may not be correct. I am not telling will not be correct. Because an energy can neither be positive nor be negative. If it helps for your existence, for your function, for your thinking, for your livelihood, that particular energy can be called as positive to you. Positive to you. Any energy with the thoughts your existence, that energy can be called as the negative energy. Otherwise, say for example, suppose you are keeping a small magnet below your pillow and sleeping for 15-20 minutes, instantaneously you will start getting headache. So that magnetic energy is dangerous, negative for your brain. But keep 1 glass of water on a magnet, drink tomorrow morning, next day morning. They say, I do not know, that magnetized water is good for health. So that magnetic is good for. this magnetic energy may not be good for me. Excellent question. And if I am telling anything wrong, full freedom for you to correct it. That will be a blessing for me also. How is Brahmastram related to atom bomb? I don't think Brahmastram and atom bomb are the same. If I give you the answer, they are related. I do not have any proof. About 5 years back, there was an article in internet written by Robert Childress. Robert Childress, he claims he is a professor. I do not know. He is a professor. No, I do not know whether he is a professor or not. And I use the word claims, it is my own word. He is given Professor Robert Childress. Many articles are available from Robert Childress in internet now, but that particular article is not there. So that particular article says that when he conducted excavation in Nagasaki and Hiroshima, took the human bone from Nagasaki and Hiroshima and found out the radioactivity of the human skeleton excavated from Nagasaki and Hiroshima, and also the skeleton excavated from Kurukshetra in Haryana. The radioactivity of the bone excavated from Kurukshetra was 7 times more than the radioactivity of Nagasaki and Hiroshima. I am just quoting you what he has said. I am not an authoritative person to tell anything about it. If you are asking me whether you are thinking that in Mahabharata war, whether atom bombs are used or not, I do not know. Second claim, what he is telling that red soil, you might have heard, no? Red soil got converted into amorphous form, glassy form. For red soil getting converted into amorphous form, he tells 1850 degrees centigrade is needed. I do not know, I am quoting his words. So high temperature was developed in Kurukshetra war. It can be due to atomic energy. Remember this statement, I quoted from that. Why on one use metal coating? So that biological state electricity and I cannot. Yeah. It's okay. I feel pessimistic by looking at the present condition of Indian economics, politics and social status of all. How can I use heritage to uplift my country from this, my Lord? From these sorrows, past brings me such pride as the present condition brings me shame at my inability to act. Don't think that when India's past was so glorious, so many negatives were there in India. So many negatives were there in India, and never you should have a wrong impression that everything existed in ancient India were positive. Positives were there, negatives were there. We need not feel shameful. In Bhagavad Gita, one line is there. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyutthanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham paritranaya sadhunam vinachaya cha dushkritam dharma samstapanarthaya. Dharma samstapanarthaya. Underline that. Now Khalistan movement is not there in India. Gorkha land movement is not there in India. Kaveri water problem is not there in India. Rayalaseema Andhra conflict is not there in India. Nagaland problem is not there in India. No Chandigarh problem and no Belgaum problem between Karnataka and other thing. And now things are going on very well. We have got a Sikh Prime Minister, a Hindu President and a Muslim Vice President and a Christian Defence Minister, and all the 4 are ruled by a lady from Italy. Any problem? So things are going very well. Don't think too much pessimistic. So it's a glorious India. All 123 crore people are living very happily. India is the youngest country, which is the oldest country. You know, India is the youngest country, which is the oldest country. These words are not mine. These words are President Bush's words. American president said the average age of Indians 29.5. Average age of British people, 54. Average age of American, 49.8. But Indians, 29.5. We are the youngest country in the world, but the oldest country in the world. So India will march forward. Don't worry. Let us think about our contribution to India. Don't worry what others are doing and not doing. System will, whenever the system in equilibrium is disturbed, the system will adjust itself in such a way that effect of the disturbance will be nullified. That is the greatness of India. You know, when Karunanidhi created problem, Jayalalitha came. And Jayalalitha created problem, Karunanidhi will come. These are all balancing, no? These are all part of it. Nobody is permanent here. Only permanent thing in India is that everything is temporary. Only permanent thing in the world in India is that everything is temporary. And we had a lady prime minister. Americans can never think of a lady American president. We had a lady president, I don't know her name. Anyway, she was there. A lady president, a lady prime minister. This India is marching forward without any problem. Every fellow has got mobile phone. Again, Manmohan Singh is planning for giving 2 mobile phone for everybody. I see 123 crore mobile phone, but somebody objected. But anybody who is in the top of the coconut trees also has got this mobile phone. In the sea also has got mobile phone. Kerala people, total number 3 crore. 3.2 crore mobile phone in Kerala. Population is 3 crore only. So we need not worry about it. Be optimistic, but do one thing. Your contribution to the society. Don't think the reverse. The system will be there. Just like Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam said, what you have given to India, that is important. What India has given to you, think later, as John F. Kennedy said to Americans. So, he used the word, India has never invaded any other country, and we have never allowed any invaders to go back from our country also. That greatness India has got for the last 10,000 years. So be optimistic, never be pessimistic. Do we get the original versions of Upanishad in English? Yeah. Motilal Banarsi Das has published all the Upanishad. Chaukamba publication, they have got all published. Original translation. Very highly qualified people have translated. Highly qualified English Indian expert, not American expert. American expert will be having American viewpoint, but Indian expert will be having English, mastering capacity of English and Upanishad. They are available in plenty. Chinmayananda has published many books. And Motilal Banarsi Das and Chaukamba, these 2 people, they have published almost all. And they have Shweta Shvedara Upanishad, you have to take from there. The moment you read Shweta Shvedara Upanishad published, and also Mahanarayana Upanishad, excellent. You will cry. You know what is the reason? You have gone deep into the subject. Very deep. But Shweta Shvedara Upanishad I quoted earlier. Yato va imani bhutani jayande yena va jadani jivandi yat prayandi abhisambhicandi tat vijijñāsasva tat brahmedi. All from Shweta Shvedara Upanishad. So they are available. We have got a wrong impression that many of the Upanishads and many of the Vedas and many of the scientific books are not available in India. Don't think that. They are all available in Sanskrit. They are available in Hindi version. They are available in English version also. My friend has a firm belief in astrology. Is astrology a science? What do you think about it? I have studied astrology for 7 years. 7 years. Astrology has got 3 parts. 1, pure mathematics. Excellent mathematics. It is science. Pure astronomy. It is science. 3rd, prediction part. Absolutely not science. It is not at all science. So science plus non-science. Then how can we believe? You are believing so many things which are not at all explained by science. You have got affection towards your mother. How you measure with science? And you are angry with your professor. Can you measure with a thermometer? And you have got aversion towards some food. How you will measure with science? So many things. When you are studying history, do you think it is science? And psychology was not science up to about 1962. till Californian experiment was conducted. So psychology was something. Sociology has not been, still now, it is not considered as science. Music is not science. And so many non-science subjects we are studying in the world. So you need not have to think that only science you will be following. MA Economics. Economics is not, till now it is not coming under the science subject. It is something else. Commerce is not science subject. Maybe people are telling scientific subject. So many things are there. So astrology is first 1/3 pure mathematics. 1/3 pure astronomy. Pure astronomy, I say, scientific astronomy, not presuming and assuming. And the last one, prediction part. Prediction part is not science. But don't think that one, it is useless. Many people who are misutilizing astrology, they are creating problem. Any subject, if you are misutilizing, that will create problem. Today in Tirupati, 74 bachas got died. Today or yesterday night. Today Vijaya TV I happened to see 74. Because the medicines gone wrong or treatment went wrong, out of 125 babies, bachas in a Tirupati hospital went wrong. It is not the mistake of modern medicine. It is the mistake of the people who used the medicine. Astrology is not creating problem. Ayurveda is not creating problem. Yoga is not creating problem. Mantra is not creating problem. Civil engineering is not creating problem. Mechanical engineering is not creating problem. Those who are using that branch of knowledge create problem. Why did we lose the track in our heritage? Whenever people are not there for studying, learning and teaching, automatically the track will be out. If you are not using a knife continuously, it will be rusted. If you have not learned music, that touch will be out. If you do not know Sanskrit, because you have not learned it. If continuously the learning process would have been there, up to 1640 it was there. After that, English people came, French people came, Dutch people came, Portuguese came. Under the suppression, oppression and the depression of these people, many of these things got evaporated naturally. Naturally, now in Kerala, you can see some students asking from where we get rice. They do not know it is from paddy. From where we get paddy? They do not know it is from the paddy field. Because nobody has taught them. Unless you teach our heritage systematically, we cannot expect that people will learn just like that. If and only if your mother points out that is your father, you will not know that. If and only if your mother points out that is your father, then only you will be knowing your father. That pointing out got elapsed in India. That is the problem. So, if we would have taught them at least 5% in 45-minute school classes, 40 minutes modern subject, 5 minutes heritage would have been taught, means people would have learned it. And Jawaharlal Nehru, while inaugurating Nagarjuna Sagar Dam, he said, we in India, we do not have any science and technology. We have to import all science and technology from the West. That today, the death bell of Indian scientific heritage started ringing. What were the lapses from our side? If you learn it, I assure you, maximum 1 month. You can deliver lecture for 10 hours if you spend 1 hour for 1 month. Any subject, particularly from IIT, such a great intellectually capacity having students, you can learn it. But keep an open mind. Don't think that we are great, I can conquer anything. Nothing. Try to become zero, people will make you hero. Like Sai Baba said. So that is our side, we did not venture to learn that. How will you explain untouchability and superstitions? I told you durachara and anachara. Untouchability is durachara. Which was not necessary in India. It was not there also. If you go to Rudram and Chamakam, Yajurveda, you can see, we used to say, Nama punjiste ebhyo nishadebhyascha o namo namasvabatbhyo jagratvyascha o namo namastishtatbhyo davatvyascha o namo nama kulalebhya karmarebhyascha. Everyone, fisherman, hunter who is making pot, all Chandala, everyone is expected to come and sit in the Yagashala during Vedic period. Kulalebhya, pot making. Punjishtebhya is fisherman. Nishadebhya, hunter. And Swabhatyah, those who are sitting here without sleeping, for them my pranams. Swabhatyah, Jagratyaschaha. So, everyone is included in the list. Later on, negatives got accumulated, particularly after 1350, when Taimur started attacking India. Taimur came to India, started killing millions of people. From there started many of the untouchability and negatives and other thing. When our Gupta dynasty 750 AD, you know, out of the 41 secretaries, 27 secretaries were ladies. And all 1,200 small kingdoms existed in India. 750 kingdoms belongs to Chandalas. It is not my account. Dharampal has written the book, a beautiful tree. Dharampal. You read that, then tell anything. If you want to denigrate Veda, you have got the freedom. If you want to belittle Veda, you have got the freedom. But do that after studying Vedas, not before studying that. Full freedom in India. India is the only country with the protection of police you can throw stone to the bus. That much freedom we have got. So you have got the freedom for doing anything. But do it after learning, after studying, after understanding. Puranas contain stories which appear unbelievable. True, the stories need not be believable. The rabbit and the lion story will be there. You have heard rabbit and lion story? It is the story told by Bhishma to Dharmaputra. And you have heard about the tortoise and the rabbit story? Tortoise and rabbit story? It is Indian story. That may be the reason why you have not heard. So, that story is also from Mahabharata. Stories are stories. Exaggeration will be there. You need not take it as the history. The wrong impression we have got is that sometimes the people who tell you the story tell you like history. But you have got the wisdom to curtail. You should understand what is history and what is story. So stories are Kadayimasti. In Bhagavata, the end of Bhagavata, this is the line given. Kadayimaste kadidamahi yasam vidaya logeshu yashapareyusha vijnana vairagya vivakshaya vibho vacho vibhutir natu paramartyam. Kadayimaste. Hey Parikshit Maharajan, Sri Shuka Brahmarshi was telling, hey Parikshit Maharajan, I have told you all these stories. All these stories are not histories. Remember that Vijnana Vairagya Vivakshaya Vibho. For detachment and for creating scientific temper, I have told you all this story. Vacho Vibhutir Nato Paramartyam. These are all not Paramartham. These are all stories. Don't think that all these things what I told you once occurred in India. They are stories. Did not happen in India. It is not history. In that book itself it is mentioned. So, very good question. How to draw proper message from these stories? Any story will be having a message. As I told you, the rabbit and the lion story, the message is that if you do not have enough muscle power, use intellectual power to fight the enemy. That is the message. And Ambarisha's message is there, Dhruva's message is there, Prahlada's message is there. So many messages. Buddha's story. All the story convey you an excellent message if you can rationally analyze that. Is there a specific method? Once you have read the story, what is the conclusion that you are arriving at? That is the message of the story. When Greek and Roman sciences have become so popular, why could not Indian sciences reach that masses? Our Western scientists and Western people created an impression in the mind of Indians by saying that they are invaders from the West. They wanted to think every Indian that Indians also are invaders from outside. That is why they made the theory Aryan invasion theory. It is created by Max Muller. When he was delivering a speech in Cambridge University, As per the instruction of Lord Macaulay, he said that this is needed for ruling India. After 12 years, Max Muller met Swami Vivekananda. Vivekananda stood in front of Max Muller and told Max Muller in Indian language, your name will be interpreted in different way. Max Muller will be interpreted as Moksha Muller. Moksha. Max will be Moksha. You know what is Moksha? Moksha Muller. And finally, Max Muller came to know that I have created a wrong theory. I want to erase that theory from the mind of the historians in the world. He went back to Cambridge University and he gave so much publicity for his lecture for declaring that I did the mistake of creating Aryan invasion theory. Unfortunately, when he created Aryan invasion theory, nearly 500 people were there. When he wanted to erase it off, only 3 people were there as listeners. Nobody listened to that one. So it is remaining Jawaharlal Nehru people, Jawaharlal Nehru University people. They wanted to give maximum publicity for that and they got it reimposed in the mind of Indians. They wanted to see that the other people from the West or the Middle East came over here for avoiding the negative impression in the Indian mind. Aryan invasion theory was retained, taught in the school. That is the criminal mistake done by, sorry to say, the dynasty which is ruling India now and for the last 50 years. Unfortunately, whoever ruled India for 55 years or 5 years or 5 months or 5 days, nobody ventured to remove such a non-scientific, superstitious Aryan invasion theory. Still we are following. But since it is India, we don't bother whether it is Aryan invasion theory or some other invasion theory. What is the reason that ancient sciences could not do as well as these relatively modern sciences? And modern sciences cannot be replaced by ancient sciences. Don't keep the impression that modern science can be replaced by ancient Indian science. Modern sciences are modern sciences needed for us, excellent, wonderful. Only thing that any gap is there anywhere in the modern science, we can use ancient science for filling that. Say for example, many of the diseases there are not treatment in the modern medicine. Use Ayurveda or use homeopathy. Yoga is good for old age people and naturopathy is good for people. Some of the Ayurvedic medicines are good, but Ayurvedic medicines we cannot say that they are far better than modern medicines. Modern medicines are good, modern civil engineering is good, modern technology is good, everything modern is that good, but anything any gap is there that can be filled with Ayurveda. So don't keep the impression that ancient knowledge can substitute all modern knowledge. Never, never, never. And sciences could not do it well relatively modern. Do you think dissemination of the knowledge was improper? Dissemination of the ancient knowledge did not take place at all. Very recently only IIM Bangalore started teaching Vedic management. I delivered lecture 3 times for Vedic management for top MNCs. They were very happy. They said we have to include in the syllabus also. IIM Ahmedabad also started including management in Bhagavad Gita because Harvard University included in MBA syllabus. Not because we wanted to be first. They have included, so we have also included. Is there any concept of Srishti Chakra of some finite period of 5,000 years? Why this 5,000 years came? Is it Yuga Sankalpa according to Brahma Kumari? The 5,000 year? 5,000 year has got nothing to do with India. India has got 43,20,000 years. 43,20,000 years, one Mahayuga. That Mahayuga got split into Kali Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Treta Yuga, Krita Yuga. 1:2, 2:2, 3:4. So Kali Yuga started 3102 February 17th, Thursday midnight 11:55. That's the starting point of Kali Yuga. Now we are passing through Garanama Samvatsara. Garanama Samvatsarasya Dakshinayane Simhe Arge. From today onwards, Simhe Arge Varshadau. Which Masa? I don't remember. And I think it is next Ashara Masa or something like that. So 5114th year after starting Kali Yuga. How is evolution of man starting from microorganism related in Srishti Chakra? Just like Malsya Kurma Varahascha, Narasimhoda Vamana, Ramo Ramascha Ramascha, Krishna Kalki Iti Tedasha. Starting from the life in the ocean, from there up to Kalki. Kalki word means Gadgi. The avatar of human being carrying the atom bomb or sword for destroying themselves. This is the chakra. After, as Albert Einstein said, I do not know what will be the weapon used if a third world war occurs, but I know what will be the weapons used for the fourth world war. You have heard that? Third world war, what will be the weapons used? I do not know. But weapons used by the fourth world war, that will be bows and arrows. That will be bow and arrows, because complete destruction will take place. Those who are working at night shifts, how they follow after they awake from the bed. Need not follow literally. Whenever you are sleeping, in the daytime or night time or in between the junction, whenever you are getting up, follow this mantra. It not be early morning. Is there any scientific explanation for rebirth? If yes, what is it? I request you one book written by Brian Weiss, California University psychiatry professor, now working in Miami University. He has written 7 books, of which first book, Many Lives, Many Masters. Many Lives, Many Masters. First book. Second book, Messages from the Masters. Third book, Same Soul, Many Bodies. These 3 books, if you are reading, this question will be answered. It is there, rebirth is there, proven beyond doubt, exactly what is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita. Tatasya hi dhruvor mrityu, dhruvam janmamritasya cha. Dehinosmin yada dehe, kaumaram yovanam jara tada dehandara praptir dhirastatra namukyadi. He has given the story of Catherine, one girl studying in California University, when she was subjected to retrogressive hypnotism. Retrogressive hypnotism, she was telling what happened yesterday, last week, last month, last year, up to her being 4th month in the womb of her mother. That is retrogressive hypnotism. But Brian Weiss, in old book you can see, Brian L. Weiss. Now L is removed. Brian Weiss, he conducted retrogressive hypnotism beyond 4 months in the womb of her mother. This girl started talking in some language. He could not understand. Later on he found that this girl was talking pure Egyptian language. A girl who has never gone outside America, she was talking in pure, without any grammar mistake, Egyptian language. Again he conducted that retrogressive hypnotism. So many birth back. That girl was talking pure Mongolian language. Pure Mongolian language. All these, if you read, you will never cry. Why? You can understand. Simple English. Very simple English. It will be thrilling. It so happened when I was traveling from Sydney, one person not known to me, he came and said, I have read this book. You have to read this book. And he gave me that book. The flight, I was fortunate enough to read that 4 hours when I got trapped in Singapore. I completed that. It was an entirely different book. That Brian Weiss has never come to India, and he has published the first, second and third book. Each book has been sold 70 million copies. 70 million copies. No psychologist or psychiatrist contradicted his statement. Is it clear? It will be available in roadside. Because now Indians can publish it under the footbridge or a overbridge also. Need not come from America. Available in India. Anywhere you will get. That fellow will tell 325 rupees. You tell 75 rupees. He will give you for 90 rupees. So Brian Weiss, you say that one, then you will be getting the book. Many lives, many masters, messages from the masters, same soul, many bodies. Is the same soul, many bodies is a boring book. After reading first and second, you may not venture to read the third book. It has got about 730 pupils, retrogressive hypnotism, 3 from India also. Is there any site? How can we learn scientifically about Sagunas mentioned in many places in the Ramayana? What is Saguna? Is it Saguna Vimana? What is Saguna? Oh yeah, Saguna. When we are going outside, you are seeing some. Don't worry, we are living in 21st century. All those things are abnormal. And remember, the ultimate aim of Saguna is to create awareness in you that you are going out at this time. You should be careful. You are going, so be careful. When something happened, when a cat crosses, then Shaguna. So you have to stand there, make a rotation, then go. So you are conscious that you are going outside. Don't walk without awareness and consciousness. If you want to use it, use it. If you don't want to use it, don't use it. It is generally speaking superstition. It is superstition not needed in 21st century. But remember, when you are crossing the road, don't keep mobile phone in your ears and cross. Then Shaguna will be bad. Is there any scientific basis for astrology? The question I think I answered. First part, pure science. Second part, pure astronomy. Third part, prediction part. Not scientific. You came up with a figure for the velocity of light from Mahabharata. How did you? This is from my book. It is not from Mahabharata. I do not know from where this person got it. I did not say from Mahabharata. I said it is a book written in 14th century by Sayanacharya, minister of Harihara and Bukka. He gave the commentary for Rigveda, in which he has mentioned Yojana anam sahasre dve dveshade dveja yojane ekena nimishartena kramamana namostude. Ekena nimishartena, using 1/36 of a second, the light is being travelled from the sun to this place. So yojanana sahasre dve 2000, dve shate 200, dveja yojane 2202 yojana. 1 yojana 12.11 kilometer. 1 yojana 12.11 kilometer, not the value given by me, Indian National Science Academy. That is the value given. So yojana convert into 12.11. Then think that much is the speed of the light in 1/36 of a second. Then you will be getting approximately the value of the speed of the light. So this is the quotation from Sayanacharya's Bhashya for Rigveda, not for Mahabharata. But a very good question. How it happened to listen that Mahabharata? I do not know about it. What is your idea of service to our nation that we IITians can do? First, serving the old age. 2, sick. 3, hungry. 4, orphans. And 5, any of your choice. Any of your choice. Suffering from any area. And if you can contribute Yajnarthat karmanonyatra logoyam karma bandhanaihi tadartam karma gaundeya mukta sangha samachara. When you are serving the people, don't expect anything in return. Serve the old age, serve the sick, serve the poor, serve the hungry, serve the orphans. Preferably old age women. The women in India suffer a lot. So that is why in India we say Matradevo Bhava, then Pitrudevo Bhava. Not Pitrudevo Bhava. We say motherland. Americans say fatherland. We say motherland. Ganga Mata, Go Mata, Bhu Mata, Prakriti Devi. And so serve old age, sick, hungry, poor and orphans as much as possible. And IITians, they have got another role also. Learn some heritage. Scientifically, rationally, logically, you teach others. Today, I happen to go to Vivekananda school. I do not know, some Kumara Kovil or something like that. I found excellent student. I have delivered lecture for 3,500 schools and colleges. I have never seen students like this. They are superb students. I told them to get in contact with some of the IIT senior students or some of the IIT professors, because they are so much eager to know about many things. I told them, invite some of the IIT professors, and not for delivering lecture, for clarifying their doubts. So you can have the responsibility, dharma of teaching Indian heritage and values plus modern science to nearby school. Just to tell them that we will be coming at 2 o'clock, deliver the lecture. No preparation, nothing. Instantaneous decision. Instantaneous decision. I used to say proudly, whenever it is urgently needed. My daughter was working in Infosys, now she is working outside India. She has collaborated 71 schools. Every Saturday, Sunday, group of students will be taken, classes by her group. So nice, they are interested, students are ready to accept, teachers are ready to accept, provided you have got the will to give them. So IITians, the sixth role, teach them whatever you can teach. I am sure, till now you are sitting, only one person yawned in this class 15 minutes back. Nobody else yawned. So you have got that urge, enthusiasm to serve others. So part of your 3% of your time, 3% of your energy, 3% of your monthly income for the poor. 3% of your time, 3% of your energy, 3% of your monthly income for the poor. When you go back to the hell, the Yamadharmaraja will ask what you have done. Then you can tell 3% I have given to them. Then he will tell for 15 days you can sit in the heaven. After that you can come back. Last question. Why can't we change our Indian history syllabus now? We. Who are these we? Who are these we? I cannot be a part of it. Anybody telling anything about India, good about India, then and there it will be labeled as BJP. Then what we can do? If you criticize India, then you will be Communist Party. If you keep quiet, then you are Congress. These three parties are there, Sattvagunam, Rajogunam, Tamogunam. If you tell a Sanskrit shloka, if you tell the area of the circle, Paridehe Shadbhagajya Vishkambhardena Satulya, I think he is a Hindu terrorist. I am talking about circle in Sanskrit. The problem comes. So my request to you, when Dalai Lama went to America, and many American press people asked him, your problem is between China and Tibet. Why you are coming here and delivering lecture in America? Dalai Lama said, I come here, I do the press conference, I deliver lecture, because back home in India, we always used to water the tree in the root, not in the crown. Because the whole world, you create the problem. That is why we came here, I came here and give. So the problem is in the family, not in the syllabus. Problem is in our family. The parents are ignorant and parents never want to learn. They never want to allow their children also learn that. So if you start putting water in the root in the family, 10 minutes every day, that is enough. Or maximum 1 hour per week, that is enough. Today I was delivering a lecture in Garodia, Gopal Garodia school, and I told them 45 minutes is one period for students up to 10th standard. 40 minutes you teach modern science. 5 minutes you teach either something Ramayana, Mahabharata, Veda, Upanishad and something like that. Every class, every teacher should do that. Then what will be the achievement? Within 1 month the student will be thorough about Indian heritage. It is not a hard rock to break. It's very simple. Only thing, if the will and wish is there, don't try that, the syllabus will be changed. As long as Kapil Sibal is there, he is such a strong man, it is impossible to move him even from his own chair. Because such a heavy-weighted man, no, you cannot change it. And Dr. Manmohan Singh, one among 3 people who never laughed or nor cried. Lord Krishna did not laugh nor cry, and Vedavyasa did not cry and laugh. Dr. Manmohan Singh also did not cry or laugh. Sthita Prajna. Arjuna became Sthita Prajna after listening to 500, 700 slokas. But Manmohan Singh became Sthita Prajna far before that. Now he is in a position to teach Bhagavad Gita to anybody. All other people used to say victory like this. He used to do like this, flat. I have never seen anybody doing victory in the flat, horizontal level. But also he used to tell above his head there is a turban, below this is a dadi. So whether he is laughing or not, nobody can understand. 35 minutes of Obama's lecture in Indian Parliament, he tried his level best to impress Manmohan Singh. In Indian Parliament, I was watching in the TV, he was frequently looking to Manmohan Singh. And Obama got flabbergasted. Why this man is sitting, whether he is understanding my English or not. Anyway, I am sure that such a great Prime Minister who is the chairman of 127 international institutes in the world. Don't think Manmohan Singh is low. 127 international organizations. Dr. Manmohan Singh is either chairman or secretary or president. But in India he is silent because another Ammachi is there. So but be proud that we need not worry about thinking about the syllabus, and changing the syllabus will not be coming under our purview. So that what we can do, ourselves taking the role of learning and teaching the best level. India is the country which could change everything. You know, within 62 years, our whole African continent could be converted by English people. 62 years, African continent, which is 7 times than India. That could be converted in 62 years. But India, after 252 years of foreign rule, only 2% could be converted. That is the greatness of India. That is why God came here 10 times. That greatness of India, India will come back. India will, as Swami Vivekananda told to the press people in Ann Arbor. So many people asked him, Swami, why you are bringing your Indian religion, Indian mysticism and Indian superstition to this country, America? Then with a smiling face, Swami Vivekananda said, I was standing nearby him. And Swami Vivekananda said to the press people, my dear friends, I want to tell you one thing. 20th century belongs to you Americans, 21st century belongs to we Indians. That is Swami Vivekananda's words. 20th century belongs to you Americans, whereas 21st century belongs to we Indians. Indian knowledge is flourishing like anything, spreading like anything, and growing like anything. And our duty, let we be one among the 21 million electric posts in India. One among 21 million electric posts in India. You need not generate electricity. Just pass the electricity generated in the generator to different house. So being an electric post, that is enough. And every electric post will be having a bulb, 40 watts. Anybody coming below that, they will be getting light. That bulb will not be going around and giving light. Need not. So you have some knowledge. Whomsoever is coming to you, give them the light. That is enough. With these words, I think almost questions over. So I hope I could answer majority of the questions. And anywhere if I have gone flopped, you can send email to me. If I can give better answer, I got a small library. I will be going through that one and I will be reading and I will be giving you the answer. But today's my experience here is something beyond the level of my own imagination. I was a bit worried, no? IITians means it is not a joke for me. I am an ordinary man working in a hotel supplier, working as a hotel supplier in Dwarka Hotel, Ernakulam. After that came to like this, anyway. So, but I feel thrilled literally beyond the level of words to express my feeling. I do not have any other words. In Malayalam, if it would have been that, I would have told, Nanni Arodu Njan Chollendu, Padimeyyaya Madhavino, Padimeyyaya Pidavino, Pattu Masam Chuman Nenne Jnanakki Mattiya Garbhavatratino, Nanni Arodu Njan. I do not know to whom express my deepest gratitude. Anyway, one thing I assure you that any day, any time, VSC or the students or anybody would like my presence here, I will be available as long as the breath is there. I am breathing. Breath is there, I will be available. I would like to express my deepest gratitude to all the professors who are sitting here and all the coordinators of Vivekananda Study Circle and all the Swamijis. I thought these two Swamijis will be yawning at least twice. They did not yawn. They never yawn. That is something a greatest award for me with these words. My prayer to each and every one of you, Dirga, Ayurarogya Aishwaryanam Abhiruddhirastu, Uttara Uttara Abhiruddhirastu Idi Aham Prarthayami. Long, long, happy, prosperous, useful, fruitful, purposeful and meaningful life for each and every one of you, your family members and friends. Deepest gratitudes. Thank you very much.
We would like to thank Dr. N. Gopalakrishnan once again. Ashish will present him a book of Swami Vivekananda. Vedant Kesari is being distributed to all the people present here. You can get collected from the volunteers. And feedback forms are available. You can fill the feedback form and give it to the volunteers. First class of VSC will start from this Sunday, 19th. And we have the topic We Youth and Vivekanand. Lecture given by Swami Atma Siddhananda ji. I would invite Vivek to give the vote of thanks to everyone. Yeah.
If you have got email address, I wish to get that. Every week we send a 4.8 lakhs email to different people about Indian heritage, Thursday message, Dharma message. And also we have kept some CDs, DVDs, pen drives and memory cards. No copyright at all. Take as many copies and possible and distribute to others. It will be outside, kept there. CDs, DVDs, memory cards and pen drives carrying 160 hours of speech in English and other languages. Thank you. So just below the library it is kept. That is according to his information.